One thing I could say for sure is that less trading is more trading. What I mean by this is that you do not need to trade every day. You only trade when your edge is present. Now, your edge is your strategy, and if your strategy, your system, your pattern, your process, if it's not present, then you don't make a trade. I see too many people jumping from strategy to strategy. They see breakouts, they see patterns, they see indicator breaks, they see supply and demand, and they jump from system to system, trying to think that they need to extract money from the market every day just because it's open. They have to trade, and they basically have no edge. They hop from back to back, strategy to strategy, and that's not the right way to trade. Stick to one strategy, you focus on one thing, you test it, you journal it. You need data. You need at least 3, 4, 5 months of data. The market is constantly changing, so you have to have room for adaptability for that strategy in different market conditions, and then you trade. If your edge is there, if you're not seeing something that you're normally seeing, you're not seeing your edge present, then you do not make a trade. Too many people make trades because they see the market going up and they want to buy to the long side. Too many people see the market coming down and they want to sell to the short side. You only will get paid for your opportunity. You're not going to get paid for your time. So you have to ask yourself, is my opportunity present? Is my edge present? If not, then do not put a trade on. You could sit in front of the computer for all day long. You could sit in front of the computer for all month long. You're not going to get paid a penny for your action behind the screens. You're only going to get paid for your actions when you click buy and sell, from when your opportunity and from when your edge is present. So because of this, you have to focus on the quality over quantity. Like I said, too many people think they need to trade every single day. They see the market moving, they got to get in on the action. That relates to your emotions, your fear of missing out, your greed. You have to focus on taking quality setups. No one's going to tell you what a quality setup is. Everyone has their own, list, their determinations of what a quality setup is to them based off of their personality, based off of their strategy. But focus on taking quality setups rather than quantity. If you do not have a proper risk to reward ratio in your strategy and your system, then if you take quantity over quality with a poor risk to reward, you are on the path to blowing up. You're setting yourself up for failure, I can tell you that. So focus on taking quality setups over quantity. Here's a perfect example. Let's say you take 5 trades in a day. 4 of those trades are low quality trades, and 1 of those trades are high quality trades. If you take 4 trades that are low quality with terrible risk to reward, those losses on the low quality trades, which off the bat, low quality has a low chance of it working out, but you wanted to hop in just because you saw a stock moving, you saw tons of people in the chat room talking about it, you saw people all over Twitter saying something about it, so you wanted to hop in because you had a fear of missing out, you were greedy, you wanted to make something out of nothing, and you take a low quality trade which has a low percent chance of it working out, and maybe on 3 of those low quality trades you lose on. And with poor risk to reward, those 3 trades are going to hurt you compared to the one low quality trade that you're going to win and the one high quality trade that you're going to win. Now, this is in a day. If you take 5 trades in a week and you take 0 low quality trades but 5 high quality ones, now this is in a week. You taking 5 high quality trades is way more impressive than taking 1 high quality trade in a day with 4 low quality trades in a single day. So it's all about quality over quantity. Stop focusing on trying to trade everything that's on your screen. Let the market come to you. Do not chase the market. When you do this, you let the market come to you. You're going to trade less. A lot of people think that, or a lot of people feel that they need, adrenaline pumping. They see quotes, red coming on the screen, green coming on the screen, and they need to get involved. Trading is so much more of controlling that emotion, controlling your adrenaline, controlling your greed or your fear of trying to get in a trade, and trading only what you're comfortable seeing and trading only quality setups. And there's no rush. The market is open 6.5 hours a day, 5 days a week. Just because you see someone saying, "Oh, I only trade the first half hour of the day," or "I only trade the first hour of the day. Those are the best setups." First of all, that might be true with certain strategies, but for this strategy, the supply and demand strategy, any time of the day, even throughout the night, if you trade futures, there's always going to be opportunities. So there's no rush. If you see something moving, but you don't see your edge, you don't see your setup, you don't see a supply or demand zone hitting, don't trade it. You have the rest of the day. There's no reason to try to make your day. There's no reason to try to make your week in a single trade. Remember that. And again, trade your setups and only your setups. I'm telling you, if you focus on this, you're going to save yourself from blowing up. You're going to save yourself from taking unnecessary losses. I hate seeing it, and I do see it. Unfortunately, it's just a natural way of traders, day traders. You have to have losers when there's winners. So people take their losing trades way out of proportion. They try to be a hero. They try to make their day in 5 minutes. They try to make their week in one day. They try to make their week in one trade. And they try to make their month in one single trade. They go too heavy, they lose in the trade, and they blow up, and they can't even exist to be a trader anymore. So trade your setups and only your setups. And one last thing I want to mention is that I know what makes me money, and with time and over time, you're gonna know what makes you the most money. And if I don't see that thing that makes me the most money, I don't see that setup, then there's no reason to trade. I could go a week without putting a trade on, and I know that one time, maybe next week or the week after, I see that setup present itself. I see that setup actually forming in real time. I know that that's going to most likely, and it has a high chance of me making money. So there's some weeks that I go without even making a trade, some days without even making a trade. It's normal. Focus on the process. Focus on what makes you the most money.